SANDHAN, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Dear students, today we are going to see one of the important concept in the field of business, that is small scale industries. As we know, small scale industries means the industries which have vital role in the growth of the economy of the country. As we know, economic development of a country is directly related to the level of industrial growth. The expansion of industrial sector is to a greater utilization of natural resources, production of goods and services, which ultimately leads to the creation of employment opportunities and improvement in the general standard living of the people in the country. Since independence, Government of India has framed various policies by keeping in mind the development of the industries in the public as well as the private sectors in the country, wherein Government of India given a special emphasis on small scale industries. Now we are going to see the concept of small scale industry. What small scale industry means? The industrial undertakings having fixed investment in plant and machinery equipment, whether held on ownership basis or on lease basis or on hire purchase basis. This is the standard definition, or you can see the concept of small scale industry. Now we are going to see the what are micro, small and medium enterprises as per the MSMED Act 2006 of Government of India. As per the provision of MSMED Act 2006, the MSME are classified in two categories. The first, that is manufacturing enterprises. The enterprises engage in the manufacture or production of goods pertaining to any industry specified in the first schedule to the Industries Development and Regulation Act 1951, or employing plant and machinery in the process of value addition to the final product and machinery in the process of value addition to the final product having a distinct name or character or use of the same. The manufacturing enterprise are defined in terms of investment in plant and machinery. The second category is known as the service enterprises. The enterprises engage in providing or rendering of services and are defined in terms of investment in equipment. Now we are going to see what are the provisions, investment provisions under the category of SSI in the business. Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006 defined the investment provision under the plant and machinery in the case of manufacturing unit and in the investment in equipment in the case of service industry. Here we are seeing that the type of enterprise, either it is micro enterprise, small enterprise or medium size enterprise. Here in case of micro enterprise, the investment in plant and machinery in case of manufacturing is allowed up to 25 lakhs rupees, wherein in the same category of micro unit, the investment in equipment in case of services allowed up to rupees 10 lakhs. Now we are going to the most important part, that is the small scale enterprises, wherein the investment in plant and machinery in case of manufacturing unit is allowed above 25 lakh rupees and up to the rupees 5 crore. Whereas in the case of investment in equipment, in case of service industry, more than rupees 10 lakh rupees to up to rupees 2 crore is allowed in the policy framework of MSME Development Act 2006. Similar in the case of medium-sized enterprises, the investment in plant and machinery in case of manufacturing unit is more than rupees 5 crores and up to rupees 10 crore. Whereas in the case of investment in equipment in case of services industry, it is more than rupees 2 crore and up to rupees 5 crore. So this is the latest amendments which we just seen, wherein the government of India made amendment under the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Amendment Bill 2050. The bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha on 20th April 2015 by keeping in mind the objectives like to enhance the existing limit for investment in plant and machinery by considering changes in price index and cost of inputs consistent with the emerging role of the MSMEs in various global value chains. The second objective of the major amendments brought under the bill 2015 was to include medium enterprises apart from small enterprises in section 7(9) to enable the aforesaid category of enterprises to avail the benefits and become competitive. And the third and most important objective under the MSME Amendment Bill was to empower the central government to revise the existing limit for investment by notification considering the inflation and dynamic market situation. So these are the three major objectives which was passed in Lok Sabha in the month of April 2015 under the MSME Development Amendment Bill 2015 provision. Now, what impact gives by small businesses on the economy of the country? So, now we are going to see the impact of small business on national economy. The small scale industries creating job opportunities which get considered as the second largest in employment offer after the agriculture sector in the country. The purpose of small business and the promotion of small businesses in the country was to nurture the inherent entrepreneurial spirit lying among the youngsters, lying among the entrepreneurs, lying among the businessmen, and to bring that entrepreneurial spirit by converting entrepreneurial spirit into the business opportunities and to generate the new and new business avenues for the offering of the employment instead of seeking for the employment in the market by the entrepreneurs. And another impact of small businesses on national economy was industrialization of rural and backward areas, followed by the improved exports in the sector like jewelry, garments, leather, hand tools, engineering goods, software, etc. So the ultimate purpose of giving the importance and promotion to the small businesses in the country's economy is very, very clear. To give the boost to the development of rural and backward areas especially, and to give the boost to the exports in variety of goods which is high in demand in the foreign market. So it gets promoted from the domestic market for the betterment of the economy of the country. Today, the status of SSI in India is about small-scale industries emerge as a vibrant and dynamic sector of the Indian economy that contributes around 40% of the total industrial production and over 34% of the national exports, which providing employment to over 250 lakhs persons in the country, which is the major stake of the total employment. As we know, small scale industry play a very vital role in the development of the country, wherein it is a major sector which offer the maximum employment rather in the large scale enterprises. Now we are going to see the performance of the small scale industries by units, by production capacity, by employment offerings, by investment, and by export done by the units having operation in the country. So since 1991 to 2005, the number of units working are mentioned in the table. In 1991-1992, there were around 70.63 lakhs of units having the stake of small scale industries in the total market, which offered the job of around 105.99 lakhs of people during that particular tenure, which comprise of investment worth rupees 100,351 rupees crores, and the production at that particular current prices in crores was 80.615 crores, wherein the export was around 13.883 crores made during the year of 1991-1992. Similarly, in the subsequent years, the export was grown up by years, and the employment also ran up, the investment also increased, the production also increased, and by end of 2004-05, the total number of units in the country were 118.59 lakhs. Now we are going to see the same details ahead in the case of performance of small scale industries, micro, small and medium enterprises in context of employment and investment. From year 2006-07 to 2014-15, the data is available with us. In 2006-07, total working enterprises were 361.76 lakhs in the country, which generate employment around 805.23 lakhs, which was market value of fixed assets around 868,543.79 rupees in crores. In subsequent year, the total working enterprises were increased, the employment also increased, and the market value of fixed asset was also increased. As we see from the table, in 2014-15, the total working enterprises increased up to 510.57 lakhs, which generated the employment of 1,171.32 lakhs in the market, and the total market value of fixed assets evolved in the total number of working enterprises, especially in the category of small scale industry and MSMEs, was 1,471,912.94 crores. Now we are going to see, since independence, 5 years plans were implemented for the promotion of the businesses, for the promotion of the various activities in the country. So in case of small scale industries development during those 5 years plan tenure, as we see, the first 5-year plan launched in 1951 to 56. At that time, the total village and small industries were 42. The small scale industries having the investment worth rupees 5.20 rupees in crores, and the percentage of share of SSI on total outlay on village and small industry was 11.9. And in subsequent 5-year plans, 2, which brought in 1956 to 61, 5-year plans, third 1961 to 66, then in between the annual plan came to 5-year plan to latest 5-year plan, that is the 12th 5-year plan, wherein government gave special emphasis on skill development, entrepreneurship development under the tag of startups, where government is promoting like anything. Under the 12th 5-year plan 2000, which started in 2012, which is going to end by 31st March 2017, wherein government gave too much importance to the new startups and new business enterprises to start by the industrialist, or you can say the students or the common citizen. So rather they look for the job, they can offer the job to the others. As we know, a single small scale industry used to offer the job to 5 to 12 people. So government is promoting to start the enterprises under the startup tag. So maximum number of startup get come out and they can offer the job to the n number of people in the country. Now we are going to see the growth rate of small scale industry in India. Since the data was available, over here you will find year wise